Welcome everybody to today's session. Today I want to talk about what I call the Adolescent Dilemma. And this video is going to be directed mainly toward teenagers. But please, if you're a parent of teenagers, if you're a teacher that works with teenagers in the high school setting, if you're a youth leader that works with teens, please continue watching, because I think the content of this video will be really important not only for teens, but for any adult that is around teens on a regular basis. So let's get right into it. There are two important needs in an adolescent's life. And one of those important needs is to answer this question: who am I? So if you're a teenager watching this again, I have no doubt that you've spent some time kind of wondering that question: who am I? And that's normal, and that's an important question to be asking. If you haven't asked this question yet, then I really would encourage you to spend some time thinking about it. But the field of psychology over the years has really identified this need to find out who we are and to gain an identity during the teenage years as a fundamental need. Some of you may have a good idea of who you are, and that's fantastic. Continue down that path. If you don't, that's okay. This is the time to figure that out. And please watch my video on how to find out who you are as well. But this video again is going to be focusing on these two needs and the adolescent dilemma. Well, what's the second need? The second need is to be able to fit in and be accepted, to belong to a group. Every teenager that I ask this question to, what's one of the biggest stressors in a teen's life? They will almost always say that fitting in. They want to fit in, and they worry about that. They worry about, are they going to belong and be accepted by a group? And so this need to fit in and the need to know who I am and to be who I am can really be at odds with each other. So let's look at that. If I start to figure out who I am as a teenager, but I think and feel that if I be myself around my peers, then they may not accept me because maybe what I'm into isn't what the popular teen culture is into. Or if I really show my true personality, they may not like me. They may not accept me. And so that's a problem because we also want to be accepted, right? And that can really leave an adolescent or a teenager feeling isolated and alone. And we'll come back to that. Let's look at the other aspect of it, the need to fit in. A common question I've been asking clients recently is, how many teenagers in your school would you say are fake? And if you're answering the question in your own mind, you're probably saying something to the effect of, a lot of them, almost all of them, or even all of them, I've been told. So even teens are identifying, or even you teenagers are identifying, that your peers, a lot of them act fake and are fake. And why is that? I believe that's because they can't be true to themselves in order to be accepted. So they have to be someone they're not, or you have to be someone you're not to be accepted. And if you're doing that, at the end of the day, you look in the mirror, you're gonna be sad and depressed. But if you're true to yourself and you run the risk of not being accepted and you're lonely, you're gonna be sad and depressed. So either way, you're kind of in trouble. And that's what I call the adolescent dilemma. What do I do? Do you choose to be true to yourself, or do you be fake and try to be accepted by the popular culture? And if we probably looked at suicide statistics, and if we could talk to those that have attempted, or if we could even go back and interview those that have been successful, I think we would find that the challenge between these two dilemmas is probably at the root of a lot of suicidal ideation and even suicide attempts. And so we want to talk about, how do I fix that problem, that dilemma? I'm not saying that there's going to be a quick fix or an easy fix, but I think we can work on it. And my idea and theory is that if I can, number one, find out truly who I am, and I can know who I am, and I can be confident in that, and I can learn to like and love myself, then I can be myself without the worry of being accepted by the popular teen culture. I can actually be accepted by those friends and peers that will accept me for who I am, that I can be genuine, that I can be myself, and I don't have to be fake. And that's my hope, is that you can figure out who you are, be confident with who you are, and then be yourself. And if you do that, I believe you'll attract the right people, that you will be accepted by those individuals that will like you for you. And if by some small chance there's not that group in your school or your area, then at least you can also be confident to know who you are, and you won't be as sad or as lonely with that. You'll be confident with yourself and you'll be okay with it. But I want to be realistic, and I know the need to fit in and even be a part of the popular teen culture is important to a lot of teens. I even had a client who was a senior and on a sports team. I would probably say he's a pretty popular kid, or at least well-liked through the school, and he had his group of friends, and he admitted to me, if he admitted what type of music that he also liked, that was apart from the popular teen culture, because at the timing of this video, what is the popular music of teen culture today? By and large, it's rap. But this young man said, I like Taylor Swift. And not just because she's hot, I like her music. But if I tell my friends that, I'm going to be laughed at. And he wasn't willing to do that. So he couldn't be, in that small instance, true to himself. Now, I'm not saying he's being fake in this instance, but I think it's an example of how we can not be true to ourselves even in little things. And obviously we can be true to ourselves in big things as well. So my challenge to you is figure out who you are, know who you are, be confident in that, and look for those people that will accept you for you. So you don't have to be fake. You can be real and you can be genuine. And again, watch my video on how to figure out who you are. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. But more importantly, share it with someone who this may help their life. Until next time, make it a great day and make it a great week.